In the name of Allah, the most gracious and the most merciful. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. I hope you all will be fine. Today is 23rd April 2020 and the day is Thursday. This lecture is for grade 8 and the subject is General Science. Student, I want you to open your General Science book of grade 8 and go to page number 1. Okay? Students, I hope you will be on page number 1. On page number 1, the chapter is Human Organ System. In this chapter, we will learn about some organ system of humans. Students, if you look to the paragraph of introduction, what it says in previous grades you have learnt about how different cells combine to form tissues. Many tissue make up an organ, and in turn organ are linked together to form organ system which perform specific body function. As we know, students, that in previous classes we have learned about the biological level of organization, how cells combine, they make tissues, and when tissues combine they make organ. As I told you that each cell have their own responsibility, they do their specific function. That's how a tissue is also of different type. Every tissue do their own work, and likewise organ or also in our body there are many organs, but every organ is doing their specific function. Okay, so they say that, for example, the following organ system work within the human body. They had given us some of the organ system of the human body. If you look to the yellow highlighted portion of that paragraph, you will see the human body system. The first one is nervous system, the second is excretory system, circulatory system, respiratory system, reproductive system, and digestive system. These all systems are of human body, and they are doing their specific work. Nervous system do what it carry messages and it produce response. That's how your whole body become controlled through or controlled by brain. Excretory system, it is the system where living organism flush out the waste product from their body. Circulatory system, in the case of human, circulatory system is consist of heart and blood vessels, where through the blood oxygen and other nutrient go to all part of the body. Respiratory system, their job is to do gaseous exchange. Okay. Reproductive system, in reproductive system the organs are responsible to increase the number of an organism. Digestive system, in digestive system it is responsible for the breakdown of food molecule to make it diffusible. Now, if you remember, we have learned the level of biological organization. Here I'm just revising the previous lecture that you remind what we have learned about it. So in the previous classes we have studied that how atom combines, make molecule, and then organelles, and each organelle have their specific function. Then those organelle when they come and combine, they make a cell, and when similar cell in function they combine, they make tissues and then organ. Okay, now organ, when they combine, they make a body system, then an whole organism, then organism then combined make population, then community, ecosystem, and biosphere. Students, if you look to the last paragraph of that page, it says that you learned about the human digestive system and circulatory system in the previous grade. In this unit, you will learn about the human nervous system and the excretory system. So in grade 7, you have learned about the human digestive system, where it starts from mouth, then to esophagus, and to stomach, then to small and large intestine. Okay, where the function of the digestive system was that to make that undiffusible food molecule to become fusible, that it enters into bloodstream. And the other was circulatory system. In circulatory system we have learned about the heart and the blood vessels. Okay, so in this unit we will just learn more about other human organ system, and that would be nervous system and excretory system. On the figure A, it is the diagram of the nervous system, where it is consist of brain, spinal cord and nerves. On the right hand side, the figure B, it is the human excretory system, where main organ is kidney, okay, bladders and ureter. Okay, now first of all we will learn about nervous system. So students, I want you to look to the first paragraph on page 2, and the topic is nervous system. So what it says, if you touch a hot stove, instantly the message is conveyed to your brain, and the brain orders you to jerk your hand away. This happened within a second. For example, you're hungry and you go to kitchen, but in kitchen there is a hot stove and you didn't realize it, and unintentionally you touch that hot stove without looking to it. So what happens normally when we touch a hot object without seeing it, we move our hand from that without looking to it. So how this response, or how this action is going so rapidly within just seconds? So basically it is due to the nervous system. In this diagram, if you look to it, in our hand there is nerves. Okay, in our hand there are nerves, and these nerves are attached to the muscle of our hand. Here this is a nerve. Okay, so these all nerves, they are attached to your muscles. It passes through these muscle and then it goes to the spinal cord, and from spinal cord it goes to the brain. Okay, it goes to the brain. Your brain read that message and interpret it. So the brain know that, oh, the person has touched a hot stove, so that person should need to move his hand away. So he generates the response to that message. And that response is also in the form of a nerve impulse, and that message or that response is that to remove that your hand from that hot stove. So this response is also coming back through this spinal cord. Okay, and with the help of spinal cord, it goes from here with these nerves and it come back toward this the tissues of the hand, and the action of that response is performed by our organ or by our hand. Okay, so this whole process, it occur just within a second. So this is the beauty of nervous system, where what we are doing, it is happening in a very rapid speed, and our brain, which is the processor of our body, he reads all those messages and he produces response to it. Okay, so so this is the first example of the nervous system, how nervous system work. Let's read about the other example of the nervous system, that how nervous system works. Okay, now here we have another example. Students, if you look to the to that line, it says that similarly, when an insect sits on your arm, your brain receives the information and send back a stimulus for you to jerk your hand or to flick the insect away before it stings you. Now we have a picture here, and in the picture there is a hand, the person hand, and the insect is on the person hand. So once this insect sit on the person head, there are nerves. Okay, there are nerves in the person arm, and that nerves are attached to the muscle or the tissue of that hand. Okay, so there are nerves. Okay, there are nerves. These nerves are then going toward, and they are attached to the muscle of the hand, and it goes, then these nerves, they are in a series, they are in a straight line. Okay, they are then attached with the spinal cord, and once these nerve it detect this insect, the message will go to the spinal cord, then the spinal cord to the brain. The brain will realize that there is insect sitting on the person head, and he should flick his hand away as quickly before the insect sting that person. Okay, so he produce response. Okay, and that response through that same path come to the muscle of this hand, and the person do what? The person will directly jerk or flick his hand to um, to uh, to release that insect from his hand. Okay, so that is the second example of the nervous system. Now we talked about the stimulus. What stimulus is? In simple word, stimulus is change. Okay, a change that is detectable, that the person know it, that the change occur to him. Okay, so stimulus is a detectable change in the physical or chemical structure of an organism's internal or external environment. So stimulus is that detectable change which happens the person physical or chemical structure, which happens to the person physical or chemical structure. Okay, for example, if if you hit a person on the face and the person nose is broken, now what you have done with your beating, you have just introduced that person to a stimulus, but that stimulus, that change was physical, because you just in that structure of the body you have made change. Now if the person blood pressure of the person anger is high, okay, blood pressure is high, and it is now it is a change, but it is in the chemical structure of that person. Okay, so this kind of changes are called stimulus. Those changes that are detectable, these are called stimulus. Okay, so stimulus change the environment could be inside of the person, and it could be external environment. Okay, and how does this action happen? Well, it is just because of the nervous system, because nervous system consists of these nerves, and they are working in that way. Now if you look to the second paragraph, you will know that what nervous system basically is. So nervous system is basically an organ system in the human body, and what that organ system do, this organ system carry messages from one part of the body. That one part could be your hand, it could be your skin, okay, it could be your leg. Okay, so it carry messages. This organ system, it carry messages from one part of the body to another. That another is the brain, because the brain read it, and then you feel and then react to that thing or situation. Okay, so the nervous system is an organ system which carry message from one part of the body to another and make us feel and react to thing and situation. This now the things is that it is easy. For example, if a nail, okay, it's stuck in your finger, you will directly know through with the help of nervous system that the nail is stuck in your finger, and you will just, and your brain will produce a response, and a result you will take away that nail from your finger. And what about the situation? In situation, it could be that if someone try to scare you, okay, and you see it on your eyes. Now your eyes is also a receptor, there is also nerves attached to it, so your eyes, it give message to the brain that I have seen something which is scary, so the brain will produce a response, and it will tell you that in response that it will tell you that run away from that place. Okay, the situation could be anything, and the things are also could be anything. Now it says that the nervous system consists of neuron and tissue that regulates stimuli and responses. The nervous system is a complex information processing system that consists mainly of brain, spinal cord, and nerves. Our nervous system is divided into two parts: the central nervous system and the peripheral nervous system. One is called CNS and the other is called PNS. Now what does it mean? It means to say that we have talked about the nervous system, brain, nerves, but it is not just only brain and nerves. Okay, if you look to your nervous system, the nervous system contain of brain, okay, brain, spinal cord, and naturally other tissues and organ of the body is also helping or also working with it. There is brain in the nervous system, we have also a spinal cord in the nervous system, okay, we have neurons in the nervous system, we also have receptors, okay, receptors that are in nervous system, and we also have muscles. Okay, so these all part, they work together, they coordinate with one another, and that's how a function is completed. If I'm talking, so my brain, there is a speech corner in my brain, it is producing those speech, but if my tongue is not working, then I cannot convey my lecture to you. Okay, so it is all the other organ of the body, it coordinate, it work together with the brain, and as a result the action is performed or completed. Okay, so now we'll talk about the central nervous system and the peripheral nervous system. So first talk about the central nervous system. So this is the central nervous system. Central nervous system basically consists of brain and spinal cord. Okay, now this is the brain, and this is the spinal cord, which is all coming from upward to the downward. Okay, now this is the spinal cord. Now you will see there is a branch coming out of the spinal cord. They have gone toward the to the both sides of the hands, okay, then to the both legs, okay, and to every part. Okay, these nerves that are arised or coming out of spinal cord are called peripheral nervous system. Central nervous system, it just only brain and spinal cord. Peripheral nervous system, it is those nerves, they are coming out of the spinal cord and distributed to all part of the body, is called the peripheral nervous system. Peripheral nervous system is just like a blood vessels which is all distributed in your body. So peripheral nervous system is also distributed to all part of your body. Okay, so it is easy as that. Okay, I hope you will have enjoyed and understand this lecture, and my homework for this lecture is that you should revise this lecture, and you should thoroughly read and understand what is the nervous system, okay, and how many organ are working in the nervous system, okay, how they are carrying messages, what are stimulus, okay, what is the central nervous system and what is peripheral nervous system, okay. I hope you will have understand this lecture. This is the end of this lecture, okay. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.